Let's talk about the benefits of a player development plan. You can look here on the screen if you're listening. You can hear it as well. Number one, you can easily communicate your role and impact. Easily communicate your role and impact. I got a funny story. When I was at the University of Kansas, I noticed that I was, pulling my weight in certain areas that weren't in my role, and I wanted to get a raise, a title, a promotion. So I went to my chief of staff and said, hey, I'm looking forward to a raise, whatever it may be. He's like, yeah, just let me know what you did. I was like, what I did? You know what I did? And he's like, well, just put it on a sheet of paper. So I went back, I put down everything I did. It ended up being like a 7 to 9 page document. And it was crazy when I looked at it, like, wow, this was a lot. And so I did that for 2 years, and I was able to easily communicate. When I met with the coach, I literally printed it, handed it to the coach. I met with the AD. Here it is. This is what I did in a role. Position coaches, this is what I did in a role. Recruits will come in. This is what I did in a role. This is what we're going to do for you. And so I was able to easily communicate the role and my impact. And the crazy thing that happened from that was I actually got a job at Baylor in 2021. They were asked about player development. I sent them my 2 end of the year reviews from Kansas. I had clearly communicated what I did in a role at Kansas. I sent it to them at Baylor and was like, hey, this is what I did. Here you go. And hey, got that job. So you can easily communicate your role and your impact. Number two, you can provide performance markers. This is a cheat code. This is a cheat code. You can put the performance marker. I have a plan. This is what we're going to do, coach. Coach, this is what we're going to do. Athletic director, this is what we're going to do in a role, or this is what we're going to do in player development. Here it is. These are the 3 areas we're going to touch. Boom. So you get to the performance evaluation at the end of the year. Hey, here are the 3 areas I told you we're going to touch. This is what we did. And then you can add whatever they wanted to add as well. But you can provide your own performance markers. It's pretty interesting. Cheat code. The third thing, third benefit of a plan is athletes understand what you're doing. When I was at the University of Kansas, Hakeem Adeniji, who's in the NFL, he came in my office. He said, hey, man, I've been seeing you around. You positive. You got good energy. You know what I'm saying? The guys like you. But what are you going to do for me and my teammates? I was like, hey, do you have time? Cool. Sit down. You got time? He sat down. I walked him through, hey, this is what we're going to do for you as a person. This is what you're going to do for the community. This is what we're going to do for your career. So the 3 pillars of Beyond the Field: personal wellness, community impact, and career development. Walk through all that entire deal. Let him know, hey, Keem was at everything we did. I tell people all the time, when you're doing a recruiting presentation, if you have a guy who played in the NFL, who did everything at a high level, make sure the players see that. Hakeem was great. Academic, all conference. Football, all conference. Was in the community, did a lot of stuff. And then he got a chance. He got drafted, played in the NFL. It was incredible.